And today this is the agenda. There's a lot, so that's gonna kind of maybe rush through. But the key things are, yes, like the portal is getting a little bit design change, navigations, uh, it changes, and obviously the same way how you guys were seeing analytics and insights on SAT side, it will now be shown pretty much for all courses, and the study plan automation, as I said. So going forward, any student that is on a paid plan, uh, a even for free students, if you kind of give us a diagnostic test that you want to work with, post that diagnostic test, we will generate a study plan which will be only for the next 2 weeks. But if it is a paid student, we will run like every week and regenerate their study plan based on the progress they've made in this current week, so that it's kind of constantly getting optimized, like whatever work they are doing on our portal, and as they are playing through games or any assigned quizzes and homeworks or whatever they are doing, uh, everything is constantly gonna update their mastery score. And based on that mastery score and based on that topic's kind of weightage for the entire course, the study plan is constantly going to get updated. Uh, I mean, currently our thought process is to update it every week, at least for paid student, and that's how we will run it. So that's basic. One of the, I think, key things uh, that will happen. Uh, but first thing first, there are a few things that may need your attention. One of the primary thing is the URL structure changes. So people who are on enterprise plan don't have to worry anything about, because you are already on your own subdomain. But the people who are on enabler and growth plans on the platform side, they were actually on our subdomain, and we are changing it to kind of be on my Vega site as a subfolder. I'll show you what I mean. Uh, so that's one thing, and because of that change, if you are redirecting users from your portal to our portal, even though we will create auto redirect for all those URLs, it's just maybe a good practice that you update that redirect URL on your site as well, so that doesn't ever break. Uh, and then the plans, the SAT plans that we had, the starter, essential, and advanced, they are going to go away, and we are going to standardize everything into Pro and Pro Max plans. So in fact, what I think, it will actually reduce most people's bill for us, because Pro is only $60, and and you are allowed 15 full length tests, which was what advanced plan used to give back in the day, or not back in the day, like currently. So I mean, for most folks, I feel like just getting Pro plan will allow them to grant essential and advanced as well. And so we will still show you how you can grant. So essential and advanced are going to become nothing but like a journey. So going forward in your digital SAT course, you will see two journeys, essential and advanced, and it will effectively do the same thing that granting somebody essential or advanced plan used to do. It will grant them, essential will grant them 7, advanced will grant them 15. In fact, since it's a journey and you have full control, you can make all the tweaks you want. You can change the tests. You can reduce the number of tests. You can increase the number of tests. So, and the freedom or the control kind of goes to you guys now, like howsoever you want to kind of design these journeys. But yeah, like I think it just gives you more control on how you want to handle all this. And for most people, I feel like this will also reduce the amount you pay us in a way. And the third thing is the diagnostic test setup. Uh, I know many of you guys are running lead funnels using the diagnostic test, like using diagnostic test like as the lead. So we wanted to kind of keep that idea as we scale to all the courses. So going forward, for any test, if you assign a full length test or even a practice test as a diagnostic test, we will let user directly come to that test once they sign in, and kind of let them kind of go to that section and run that as a lead kind of thing. So like the same flow that happens for SAT, like how if they sign up, they're asked to kind of take a diagnostic test first, and they see a diagnostic page, and all those things will happen for going forward for all courses as well, if that makes sense. Any questions here? If not, I will keep on moving. So the high level is like, most of the enabler and growth people were actually on a subdomain of MyVega. And basically creating a subdomain requires us also to kind of do a lot of updating in our DNS and like add it at multiple places for login. Like we have to go to Google and Apple and update these subdomains and all those things. So it just creates a lot more hurdle for us. So going forward, we are just gonna go for MyVega domain is just gonna become something like bestprep.myvega.ai will become myvega.ai/bestprep. So it's just that's the gist of the how the URL is changing. As I said, it just helps us to scale much faster. It's a lot more SEO friendly, and in fact, like the way we see it, you no longer even need a course to deploy to launch your platform. You could probably just launch with your avatars and some useful agents, as in, let's say you are counseling kids, so maybe you build something like a college counselor agent, or like or like maybe an agent to kind of guide them through what major they should pick or something like that. If you build some sort of those useful agents, even without building course, I think you can launch your portal, and as you're building courses, you can keep on adding those stuff as well. uh, and again, I just wanted to kind of show you guys how the whole portal URL structure probably will look like. And one thing that Vega does on a platform, if you redirected anybody to say something like this, like myvega.ai/bestprep/say DSAT, which is the course slug, slash the diagnostic page, whenever they sign in, whatever URL they came with, they get redirected to that particular page. So this is something, I mean, I guess in general, good to know and understand. So whenever you are sharing a URL, whatever is the full URL resolution, once people sign in or sign up, they get redirected to the page they were originally gonna come for. So it's a good way. But going forward, this is again for enabler and growth plan people. It will be myvega.ai and the organization slug that you have, the course slug, and then any sub pages like practice test, study plan, diagnostic, anything. It will go like that. And as I said, no more plans. So like Pro and Pro Max. I think most people, Pro will now be able to give them both essential and advanced plans that we used to give. So yeah, and so yeah, that will basically one of the major changes. And you can buy the Pro and Pro Max plan right now directly from the portal. So you don't even have to kind of reach out to Piyush or Sabrish anymore. So if you go into your platform plan and the platform admin side, and if you see billing and usage, you will be able to check your current plan, as well as if you want to add more students, more number of users, you can directly do that billing now using the portal itself. And the other thing is, like, we have added bulk discounts here as well, so you will see those as well. So as you buy in bulk, I mean, none of these things are expiring, so you can buy as much as possible and use whenever. It's just like when you grant it, it's 1 year from that grant date when things are going to expire for an end user, or their access will be revoked. uh, I mean, their access will not be revoked. They will still be able to access the student portal. It's just like they will not be able to take any actions on the portal. That's how we are thinking about it. And so I mean, and then I, is this part clear? I mean, by the way, any questions so far?
Just go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So, and I think the diagnostic lead funnel, I just wanted to kind of touch base why we are kind of building it that way. So we do see like some of the like institutes are able to even generate like around 50 to 100 leads just by using this sort of diagnostic funnel. And our thought process was that as we are scaling to all other courses, this looks like a good way for lead generation. And now that we are also giving you ability to kind of attach a study plan, post a diagnostic test, this could also be a good lead generation, right? Get your own personalized study plan, So this could be a way to kind of maybe market and give something of value to the students, and so that they can come in. Uh, and definitely after the diagnostic test, all the analytics are there as well. So it definitely helps you guys to talk more intelligently about the kids' performance and where they are weak at, and even kind of to parents, as well as kind of give them a plan that you have to kind of work with the kid as well. So if we think that this sort of funnel works really well if implemented correctly, and we wanted to kind of keep it as we scale to other courses. So right now, when you are building a free journey, so our request here would be that whenever you are building a new course, please build a free journey, because free journey is something that gets assigned to any user, any new user who signs up to your platform. And so basically, if there is a diagnostic test, so you will now see to add a diagnostic test. Diagnostic test could be a full length test, like a structure test, what we call, or like it could be a practice test, like an assignment or a quiz or something, like a shorter version that you have built. And you, I don't know why this is a little bit merged, but here you will see in the UI that there is a toggle on that, if you turn this on, then we will generate a personalized study plan based on the performance of that diagnostic test. So again, our recommendation here would be to pick a diagnostic test which pretty much touches at least all the topics of the course, so that when we are throwing those questions to the kid, and like we are seeing how they're responding and all those things, how much time they're taking, based on that we can kind of have a very good understanding of their performance, or at least have the most highly weighted topic, like say for SAT, like linear equations or command of evidence have more questions, or like word in context have more questions. So like have a little bit higher weightage on topics which are like have a higher weightage, are like more frequent number of questions, so that we get a little better picture of the kid, and once that, like they give that diagnostic test, we can definitely create a study plan which basically understands their performance, understands even their time management on different topic, and based on that kind of pick a plan for them. So this is how you can define it while you're creating a free journey, and you can still create your resources, practice tests, add it's just it will still be part of that free journey. So the limitations of free journey will still apply, but adding a test as a diagnostic uh, is just will help us to kind of any new user who signs up to redirect to that page. I'll skip this, but yeah, like the homepage is gonna change, and maybe we can go into some of these changes right away. But all the courses are now coming inside this course tab, and the main page will just have your AI avatar, and Kids can even now drag and drop any PDF, any material, any image that they're struggling with, and ask your avatar a question about that material and just get an answer. So that's how the whole homepage is going to look like. And within courses, all the courses that you have deployed will just come under one group, and this will be a way for quickly switch between the courses for them. We also have created these breadcrumbs on top, so like clicking on these breadcrumbs can also help them navigate through the portal much easily. And then we have also added like back navigation button everywhere so that they can quickly jump between things or go back to where they came. So that's how all the courses will be looking like. And as I said, uh, the the gamification engine, which was only part of the SAT tests so far, will now be for all the courses. Which means, as you as you design your course and as you give us all the topics within that course, we can actually turn on the gamification engine and start to show you, how, like, if you had practiced, how much a score boost can happen if you do all those things. The only requirement that we really want from you guys is to kind of have some sort of good question health on each topic. uh, I mean, at least add, I would say, up to 10 questions per topic, like maybe some easy, some medium, some hard questions, so that AI understands how typically a question is asked in this course. Uh, like I give an example, like say linear equation uh, topic can have very different questions in SAT versus PSAT versus GRE or versus GMAT. I mean, if GMAT, I don't know if GMAT has linear equation, but different tests can have different level of like rigor, or like even ACT can have a very different question type for linear equations. So if we understand what is the typical type of question and how the difficulty levels are typically set, we can adjust that way. And once you have given us what we are calling seed questions, we can generate more questions using AI and kind of, like, so games, as you guys remember, like games are adaptive tests and they are built in that moment for that kid. And that's for that like whatever their mastery level is, that's how questions are picked based on their current mastery. So basically it will start to happen for all the other courses. And if we don't have enough questions, we will build questions on the fly based on the questions you've already kind of given us. But if you have added a lot of questions already, then we will first pick questions from the database. The AI engine will only run if it sees that there are not enough questions and I want to kind of give this kid more harder test, but I don't have enough hard questions, so it will maybe generate that way. So that's how the engine will work. Any questions here?
I have one question, Anshu. Anshu
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
So as we are going back on the courses, so as you said, like we have SAT program already there, right?
Mhm.
So are you going to add more programs and then we can add questions to that to more make it more like uh, the difficulty level, or you can add more question, like more question bank, or will it be already there to add more questions, or we have to work on it on our own? You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
it's a good question, and I think this has been a regular request. So we are really working. So what I will say, Anshuman, at this point, that the thought process is that you can start to build a course completely on your own, and and because we have seen so many people now kind of build like APs and ACTs and even O level and A levels and all those things. So that gives us some confidence, but we also understand that it's not easy, and like the time commitment it requires. So we have built an implementation team now that can actually take stuff from you. Like if you, because the where our limitations are kind of coming in right now, that there are so many tests and so many things that can be built out that we may not be the best people. Like somebody is building TMUA test on our platform. I mean, to be very honest, I hadn't even heard the name of test like a month ago, like for UK admissions and all those things. So like we may not even know how these tests are, what kind of like what their syllabus are, what their like like what kind of questions come in. We believe you educators are the best guide or best judge, but what we can do is maybe work with you guys as a design partner in the early on and kind of build some of these things. Like I know ACTs and APs, we can work together and kind of build an early version, as you were saying, that we can give you guys like a base template, and then you guys can keep on adding on it. I think that can be done for sure. So one other thing that is going to come up as well is that you will see very soon, the courses that Vega has built, uh, and those courses will be available for cloning for everybody. So, like, say if we build an ACT, then you can basically see like basically available courses sort of thing, like where you build course, and those courses, if you just press like clone button, then it will clone the entire course structure, all the tests, all the assignments, all the questions database, all the full length tests into your environment, and from that point onward, you can recheck that question quality and everything. You can change and add and all those things. So once things are cloned, they are literally for you. So whatever changes you make to those questions and all those things, or even if you remove, replace, add more tests and all those things, they will be just for you and not for other people. So that is a way how we are thinking about expanding the course library. And I would say, like, if you guys are not worried about sharing openly, that could be a way like for us to kind of scale and kind of help build out some of these things, some of these courses much faster on the platform. And that way everybody will benefit, and people at least will have a base template, and then they can go and expand from there.
Thank you so much. Yes, thanks so much. Yeah. My thing was like, if we have something base and then we can keep adding the questions like SAT, that's more helpful for us. But it's fine. Like we can, and you can help us, right, moving forward if we
Yeah,
want
and
something adding.
yeah, we have, as I said, we have actually started to build this implementation team. So this
Right.
implementation team could be, and these guys are now very trained on our platform, and they already understand areas where AI can make mistakes while ingesting the materials from you guys. So I think we have been able to kind of, like for one of the client, I think they had to ingest some 4,000-5,000 questions, and we were able to do that like in less than 2 weeks. So I feel like, our team's speed is good enough to kind of go through some of that material if you have, and I think we can very quickly, help you guys build that. So, I mean, yes,
That's awesome.
right now it's not there, to be honest, Anshu, but we are talking to a lot of folks, like, to kind of, let's say, enhanced ACT, or like some of the APs, as APs are going digital, to kind of work with them as design partners and kind of, build like a prototype version for all these courses, which are available for cloning for everybody.
That's good to know. Thank you so much for sharing the information.
Yes. So, and then basically in the course side, I mean, maybe I can just jump on the platform very quickly. So, as I was saying, right, so this will be the whole new platform. So everything is now coming under the course. And as you click on any course, you will see that, there is a learning hub, that like an overview page where kids can kind of get an overview what they have to do. I mean, if there is a diagnostic test here, then they will actually be guided towards going to take a diagnostic test. In this course, looks like there was no defined diagnostic test, but Learning Hub is where they will see all the material that you are assigning to them. So if you are giving them a full length test, it will come here. Uh, I'm a free user for this course, so that's why I'm seeing a lot of things locked. This UI will also change. So whatever is the name of your full length test will appear here. So this is just to entice free users to kind of become a paid user on your platform. So that they see that, oh wow, these guys have so many full length tests, these guys have so many quizzes and practice tests, they have so many resources, but they see that, oh, all this is locked for me. So hopefully that kind of gives them, a way for upgrading or like becoming your paid customer. So that's the thought process with which we are running right now. And then obviously, all these, so like this is GRE, and that, the way it was defined, like critical thinking, articulation of ideas. So the gaming engine is now there for any course, as we were talking about it. And very similarly, I mean, I haven't done anything, so let me go to a course where I actually have, actually not this one, where I have, so, so the gamification and like the insight engine will now start to show you guys pretty much like the entire course. For any course, you will see like, what is the overall mastery in that course for the student, and all that. If you have defined that course into different subjects, so like again, digital side we are comfortable with, so reading, writing, math. So like my mastery in overall mastery in maths is 24, writing is 12, reading is 38. You can see how many tests I've taken, how much time I've spent, what's my streak, like how many consecutive days I have actually done practice, how many questions I've seen so far across all these tests, and how much I've corrected. We will also start to give a course, like a soft score for that course. So like say if it is GRE, then we'll start to project like your projected GRE score, or projected ACT score, or projected AP calculus score, if you tell us what is the total score in that course. So again, the thought process is that we may not know about many of these courses. So if you tell us, how these courses are designed and how some of these things are, we can start to build it much, much faster. So all the views that was there in, in SAT, like, you can see accuracy analysis, you can see top 3 areas where they need to work on. You can see time management, and, you can see, top 3 areas where they need to work on time. So this whole idea, like their mastery levels, as well as all the full length tests, as they are giving like their performance in those full length tests, it will all start to kind of come here, and all the tests that they've given will start to kind of, come here as well. Like, so I've taken so many play. And this same view will be there on the admin side as well for each student. In fact, we are going to add a recommendation layer as well, that this kid needs this help. So that, you don't even have to dive deeper into data so much. You just see an AI recommendation for the kid. So this is going to be more of a unified view, in a way that you guys will start to see across all the courses, not just digital SAT, if that makes sense. And if this is a good view, I'll just stay maybe here. And this is the page with the diagnostic test. So if you have added a diagnostic test, as I said, in a free journey, then people will be redirected to this page after they sign up, and they can start a diagnostic test. We have actually added Zoom integration as well because of request of few of the clients. So if you have added Zoom on the platform side, if you're integrated, you can actually start to schedule all your classes through our platform. And classes will become another tab within that course, and kids will start to see when they're, like in a calendar view, when the next class session is and all those stuff. In fact, one of our thought process currently is that as these class recordings are done, as these classes are done, like if you guys have a recording thing in your Zoom session, then we can take that Zoom session recording and build a space out of it. So space, I mean, if you guys have seen, if some of you might have seen the Spaces idea where you can take a YouTube video or a PDF and let you attach your avatar so that kids can talk now with that video and like ask more follow-up questions. So the same thing can be done with your class recordings in a way. And I mean, it's not built out yet, but that's how the future we are thinking about, that as these classes are happening, uh, it will become a space, and then kids can just ask like, hey, what was covered in the class, in this class, and what was the main concepts, or oh, I did not get this concept, can you explain me a little bit better, and all those kind of stuff. Like they can just now ask from that recording of the class lecture. So it's again a very experimental feature, and as you know, we are building out, I think we'll definitely need more feedbacks from everybody. But that's the thought process with which we are running right now. Any comment, questions around this?
No, that's very neat idea. So
Yes.
students don't miss out on any any meetings or any classes or anything, and then they can have the access to it. That's very nice.
Yeah, and not just access, they can very quickly kind of get a summary or like ask like follow-up questions, or even if they did not get it, maybe kind of just keep on having their doubt resolution or understanding through this. Sorry, Sabrish, were you saying something? I thought somebody else was saying something.
No question.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Garima has online chalk some comments in the comment section. How do we contribute to the base pool for questions, and would really appreciate initial customer support to set this up.
Yes, Garima, I mean, I think let's talk, and then we will definitely get there. I mean, we have already started talking to a few folks about ACT and some AP courses. So we are going to kind of, very soon start to show you guys those to be able to be cloned in your environment. So what will change here is that if you go into the courses, there just will be, kind of another tab which will show available courses, or like kind of like new tab where you can see what are the courses that you can just clone directly into your environment. So hopefully that will become an easy way for scaling and adding more courses.
I have a question. Hi, this is Nidhi.
Yes, hi Nivi.
Yeah, Kaushal, so I have a question. Like you said, we can add new courses, right? So like suppose I have to build an ACT course with your help. And so there are like, we can say like there are four parts in ACT: English, math, science. So now are you saying that in each sections we have to put like 10 questions like on the difficulty level, and then your system will automatically generate the course for us?
No, the course can immediately be generated. So let's say this is an ACT kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
I'm not sure. This is maybe our musing, so we could be wrong. But like, let's say we divided ACT into these layers, right? Like
Mhm.
ACT is a course as English, math, reading, and science
Right.
areas, right? And then English as grammar, usage, sentence structure, punctuation. So
Right.
the way any course, like it's little different. I was talking to somebody, they were thinking like, the course structure in their mind is, oh, this is overview, this is introduction to this, and to this. But the way we are thinking about course structure, like what are the topics, like, and what are the subjects covered in that course? And within those subjects, what are the fields in a way, I would say. Like, so grammar is a field. And then
Right.
within grammar, what are the topics that you're going to talk about? So like subject, verb, agreement, and verb tenses. So it looks like ACT only does just these two things in grammar, let's say. I mean, I'm not sure how good my structure is right now, but let's say we build it this way, right? So our idea here is that, so you can build a course and deploy it, and you can start building practice test and use all these assignment generator and all these things to just kind of very quickly build up your scale, like build and scale your content. By the way, flashcard generator is also up and live on the main platform as well. So if you give it any material, it can start generating flashcards, and they can also be added as a resource to kids. It was not there for the longest time, but it is there now. So you can still build all these things, and you can assign all these tests. All we are saying is that if you want gamification engine turn on, then we need at least some good number of questions to kind of give justice to the gamification engine, basically.
So when we are building up these subtopic wise, so we just provide questions on every topic, and then
Yes, exactly. And we will very soon add something called question health in everybody's environment. So you will be able to even see like how many questions you've added in different topics. So it kind of gives you a sense about like, okay, maybe I need one or two more questions here, and then I'll be done, sort of. But once those base threshold is reached, for the questions, then you will start to see a toggle here which says turn on gamification engine in this course. And once that happens, this entire page will start to appear here, in on the student portal. Otherwise, this page will not be visible by default for the course.
So we start with the practice test.
No, I mean, you can completely, that's what I'm saying. Like when you're building when you're building a new course, you cannot even go into plain practice and just build your own like full-end tests and practice test resources, and just kind of, like how you guys are currently doing. You can just kind of add a lot of resources and just assign it via a journey in one go, or like just assign it one by one, whichever way you want. That is still possible. So your own full length, your own practice tests, they will all be there. We are just saying like, gamification was one feature we realized a lot of kids enjoy and like you love. So initially our thought was like, because when we turned on gamification for digital SAT, we had to add a lot of questions, and still we always keep getting feedback that there are not enough questions on this topic or that topic, which is an issue. So one of the things that we are now thinking about is like, just use AI to scale the questions, so that at least kids are able to practice more and more as much as they want. In fact, one of our future roadmap with the gamification engine is that it will behave very much like Duolingo, in the sense that like kids don't even have to maybe pick the topic. Like how in Duolingo, when you say like next practice, you don't know, like it's an element of surprise what it will throw to you. Like maybe it will throw grammar, maybe it will throw speaking to you or whatever. So very similarly, not so very similarly, basically the algorithm will try and pick a topic which they are really weak at, and that topic has a very high weightage on that course. So we really believe, or they haven't practiced it in a while. So like the whole idea of spaced repetition, the idea of like, like what they really need to work on, that all is going in that. So it will just start to kind of throw them topics that they really need to practice. So, so that's how that eventually the gamification engine will start to kind of evolve into. We'll still keep this way, but we will do that others. Like we will add that very much like kind of like, we will pick for you, like AI recommended practice for you sort of a thing.
Okay.
But you don't have to do, my main point is, if you don't want gamification turned on, and if you don't want to add so many questions, it's totally okay. Your course still will have all the full-length test and all the practice test and all other resources.
It's a very good feature. Yeah, it's a very good feature.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and that's why like we worked a lot. We had to think a lot. Like, how do we enable this for any course going forward? So I'm happy that it is there now. So it will be there. I just showed you guys the overview page, so I'm not going to go into that. But again, study plan is one thing that is not there in the platform yet, but I'm just going to show you. So you guys will start to see study plan for all the paid students, and you can see the current study plan as well as the previous study plan. So study plans will be updated every week, as I said, for users on Pro Max. And from the educator end, we actually already have like an agent, that can help you build study plan generator. So we do have a study plan generator where you can literally pick a kid and like based on his current performance, it will go away like the select test idea. You can just pick a kid and like generate a study plan for them. This is still possible right now, but like going forward, we are just going to automate it completely. So what our thought process is that at the end of the week, we will summarize what the kid has done this week, like all the tests, all the number of questions, everything that he did. And like based on that summary, and we can actually start to generate that summary and give it to you guys as well, so that you can share with parents. And based on that summary, we can take next action and like recraft or redesign the plan going forward for the next week as well. So, and you will see this, and you will have a way to edit as well. So if you want to change few things on this, what AI has generated, you can change it and reassign to students. So if student will see that plan. I mean, if you want to go that deep and like kind of work that much with every kid, but otherwise AI is constantly looking at their performance and what they did in that week, and based on it, it's recrafting a new plan, again with the goal that they have to maximize their score in this course. So what I need to do for them to kind of score higher. And again, it goes back with the same idea. If the topic has a higher weightage and the student is really weak in that topic in terms of their mastery, it will pick those things more, and it will ask them to practice those things more. So that's the main thing. And I just showed you guys the inside dashboard. So very much like SAT, you will start to see the same sort of dashboard with mastery in all the topics. So as I said, if we had like for ACT, if we had like four areas or four subjects here, like English, maths, reading, science, you will start to see like four rings here, like English, math, reading, science, and how they're performing in each one of them. And again, like this is high level, but like each topic wise data is also available. So in a way, everything is getting unified into the single, and then same experience across all courses, if that makes sense. So I'm done talking about all the changes. This was all the changes that I had to talk about. Anything that you guys want to kind of maybe go deeper, or any other questions or concerns?
Now it looks all looks promising, and we're very excited to see this new face of Vega. One question: can we get the recording for this?
Yeah, we are recording it, so you will get a recording. I mean, we'll send a recording to
That'll be awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I think we already have made a blog post up about all the upcoming changes, but obviously, this is going to be deployed very soon, by next week. So we just wanted to kind of talk about it beforehand, particularly to you guys, because the student side portal is changing. I mean, not much, but like, if you look at right now, like it was a much lengthier and messier, and changing courses was not that. I mean, there was a drop down here, but now everything is coming inside courses. And what we are seeing, that the platform has actually gotten much faster, because previously what was happening, the course data about that student was also getting loaded while the platform was getting up, which is not a requirement anymore, which makes it much faster, because we are only loading the data for the course that the kid is clicking on. So I feel like there will performance wise as well, like the platform will feel much faster in my mind.
Now we're expecting any other course to go live rather than SAT.
I mean, as I said, yes. So we are working on it. Enhanced ACT and at least the major APs we will try and cover. So very soon, you guys should start to see available courses, and there will be a cloning button there. So whatever is getting cloned will already come into your ready to deploy stage, and you can just deploy. I mean, once you have reviewed, because something that is ready to deploy, you can always go and like check all the questions, all the full length tests. So once you have cloned, you can see the quality of the thing and then deploy.
Yeah, and any estimate, like when are we expecting, like, you know?
I mean, it really, I mean, we have to work with you guys. So
I know.
yeah, I mean, it's just, see, the technology is there and we have a team. I think what we really need is somebody to guide us. Like, okay, these are good questions. Maybe we should add these for this course.
If I help you getting good questions per topic wise on the ACT, like, you know, subtopics, will that help?
Yes, I mean, and I think we have a team, so we can immediately start to kind of, work and just kind of design these things.
Okay.
I feel like otherwise, as you are seeing, right, AP biology, we already have built like the course architecture for a lot of these things. We just want to kind of, now just get enough resources and enough full length tests, at least like maybe 3 or 4 full length tests that we build and kind of, give it to you guys.
Right. Okay.
From
I
there.
think we'd be interested in that. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's talk about that. And then, like, I think that's the best way to kind of scale much faster. I mean, because the technology is there and we have a team, they can take it faster and then, and then it is available.
So we can talk to Piyush and just meet the person who's in the implementation and then work with them together.
Yes. And I think Abhay has he joined, but Abhay is leading the team.
He's traveling, so you can connect with me.
Right. Okay.
Oh, Piyush is here. So yeah, I mean, I think that will be the best. Perfect.
Hi, Piyush.
Hey, hi, Anshu. Hi. Sorry, even I'm
Hi.
traveling, so kind of putting my camera off. So
I know you guys are very busy with all this fun work.
Yeah, no, this is going to be one of the major changes. So
I know.
I mean, this kind of takes everything that we have built for digital SAT into all the courses. So we are scared as well, and we are excited as well at the same time.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
same here. We're excited too.
so yeah. So I think, I mean, in general, the initial goal with which Piyush and I always build with, like, like, can we build Duolingo for anything? And can we actually guide students much faster towards the goal? I think initially it was just for SAT, but I think we can now see as to kind of, generalize across any courses, which I think kind of makes it very interesting at the same time.
That will be very useful actually. Not
Yes.
just for one, for everything. Yes. That's awesome. Looking
No.
forward to it. And thank you so much for answering all our questions. And thanks for your time.
No, thanks for everybody, and thanks for joining, and thanks for that. We will share this meeting in the recording very soon. Maybe we will just make it as a space and share. So
Yeah.
you can ask more questions with this space.
Yeah, we can always try it out, right? So let's try it before
To be
we.
very honest, since we have built space, Piyush and I don't even go and like watch a YouTube video. We just dump into our own space and just like ask more questions and just kind of get like a gist of stuff. So it's a
Yeah,
good
we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. It will be good practice for us too. We can go back and ask what did we miss, and
Exactly. It's an easier way to consume knowledge.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. All right, guys. No, thanks for joining, and talk to you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So much.
Bye, Kushal.
Nice meeting you.